going on, everyone? In today's video I wanted to wish Mario Kart DS a happy 20th anniversary. Can you believe it? Today is the 20th anniversary of Mario Kart DS. I feel old. This is insane, but today we're going to be taking a look at an old Japan item which comes from 2005 from Kyoto Company Limited, the Mario Kart DS Mini Kart Collection figures, set 1 and 2. I previously reviewed these things on my channel like 100 times if you've seen the videos. But yeah, I'm going to be reviewing it again today since it's the anniversary, and it's also a cool little throwback, which was my review for the Mini Kart Collection Mario figure from Mario Kart DS, of course, which was this figure right here, which started it all, which is really cool and funny how it started my channel off of that little item. But this is my first review. Now here's how the figure was originally packed. They would be released in these little vending machines in Japan, where they would be in these little capsules, and you would get a little set sheet with the figure. That's how I got mine when I ordered it off of eBay. It still included all the original stuff, but you would basically open it and it would show the character you would have. There was 2 sets, of course, and there was different set sheets. Now this one is Waluigi, of course, my favorite of the bunch. They never made a Rob, which is very disappointing. Now I did recently order a duplicate of one of these figures, which included a completely new set sheet from set 2. I don't have the original set 1 set sheet for these, but here is what the set 2 sheet looks like, and it's very high quality, very cool. It's a nice material, but it can rip easily. You can see right here they were 100 yen, I believe, and there's the branding all in Japanese writing. Pretty cool, and it's really authentic. Well, and you can see a little picture of Mario right there. Went out of focus for a sec. You can see all the characters: Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi, Yoshi, Daisy, Karen, and Heiho, which are Shy Guy and Dry Bones, which are the 2 rarest of the set, being sold around, in today's world, about 200 to like 300. It depends on who you're buying it from the resellers. You can't get these anymore in Japan. I thought the same thing when I first started finding out about these in 2017. I thought you could buy these still in the Japan vending machines, but little did I know I was about 15 years too late. And the back's just blank. Starting off with the bunch, here's Mario. He's one of my favorite characters. I know not too many people main him in Mario Kart, but I do main him once in a while. So here's a look at the figure. You can tell these tires are actually made of rubber, which is really a really cool detail. And the emblems are not stickers, it's actually like painted on or like molded on, which is really cool. So it would have come off over the years, but it hasn't. And even the emblem on the hat is really cool, just really small details, and you could even see the eye details are really fantastic. And the metallic painting on the little pipe frame and all that, and the little engine parts, it's actually plastic, and these are the most delicate, fragile parts of the figures. And if you have any of these, you probably already know by now that those things break quite easily. And even the front bumper right here, these are very narrow, rigid parts. But yeah, and you can even remove the axle and the tires, but I wouldn't do that. That's kind of risky, but you can just simply pop it back in. I wouldn't do that though. Here I am doing it. And you can even see how detailed the little steering wheel is on these things. So there's Mario, and you can even see he has his little buttons underneath if you look closely enough, and you could even see his shoes, which is a really cool detail. Up next we have Peach right here, which is also from set 1. I'm going to be reviewing the set 1 figures first, if I didn't specify it at the beginning. So yeah, here's Peach. Here's the bottom actually of the carts. You can tell there's some motor parts, that all of the carts have that. And it's so tiny you could even tell the little details and everything on it. But yeah, the paint job is actually quite good on these figures, not gonna lie. For being 2005 and being this scale, the paint is really good. And I really like how they kind of tried their best to incorporate as much detail as possible, even making the skirt and all the shoes for the characters, trying their best. They put a lot of detail into these characters. Up next, here we have Toad, another fan favorite. So yeah, pretty cool. Pretty much same details, just you get the different character variant, of course. He has his little brown boots in there. Really cool. And you can also see his little eyes are painted with the little white pupils, and even the red dots on here, sometimes they have paint smudges, but it's not too noticeable for a scale like this. Really cool. You can even see in the exhaust pipes all of the little carved out details. It's all dimensional. Really cool. I like that. And the little paint, these are once again really fragile, so be careful with those. And I do see a lot on these figures, the front bumper being bent. Next we got Donkey Kong. Here he is, his little DK logo, really cool. And you could even see the pipe so in the back here once again, and he has his little tie underneath there. I think you can see he's a big fella, so you can tell he has trouble fitting in the cart kinda. I like how they left the same scale for the carts. In the newer Mario Kart games, they changed the scale of the cart too, but back then it was the same scale as everyone else's cart, which was hilarious. You see his little mohawk, whatever you call that, looks kind of like Jimmy Neutron or an ice cream cone tip. Funny. But you can tell on this one, there is some blue underneath, which is some paint wearage. So I'm pretty sure that's the molding underneath. It was originally blue, which is really interesting, an interesting color to choose. Up next, here we have Luigi, Mario's brother, of course. Has that awesome detail as well. You can even see his little smile on his face and his funny mustache that got pulled off by Bowser in the Mario movie. I don't know how he's so chill with them in the new movie. If you've seen the trailer, you'll know. But here's the exhaust pipes once again, and you can see he has his little brown boots in there as well. Really funny. And zooming up really close, you can see all the little details in his eyes. That's really small scale. Just to show you that, look at my finger compared to that. My finger is bigger than his head, which is hilarious. And he's rolling around. There we go. There's the bottom of the cart. Really great figure. Last but certainly not least of the wave, we got Bowser for set 1. Here he is. See the little painted dots? Even the little dots. I mean, there's some paint flowing over and everything, but it's still really greatly detailed. They didn't miss out on the paint application. It looks really good for this copy. You could see even the teeth are painted really well. Look at that. That's impressive. And the little steering wheel, he's covering even more of it than Donkey Kong was. And even the little spikes with the little orange bits on them are painted. And you can even see this really cool detail. They even left his tail sticking out of the engine, which is hilarious, or on the engine. That's funny. He looks like he's having an uncomfortable time there. His hair's painted, his eyebrows are painted, his little eyes. That's really cool. And you can see his little emblem of Bowser right there. That is so cool. And here's the bottom of the cart. Moving on to set 2, we had some re-releases of Mario and Luigi, which are the only repeats we see. So most likely you'll end up with 2 if you're completionists and you need Luigi and Mario for both sets for some reason, like I do. Anyways, here's Wario, the new character for this bunch, one of the new characters. He has his emblem, he has his little W's on his hands right there, even on his cap, he has W everywhere. Basically upside down of what Mario has, which is his M. All that little tire detail and engine parts is really cool. And I noticed these figures do fade as well. You can see here he has this cool little hair like that. So here's Waluigi while we're at it. You can see here, really great detail. And they're pretty much the same scale, I'd say, sort of. There they are, really great details. And Waluigi, this is one of the very first Waluigi figures ever made. If not the first, I'm not sure. Oh, he just fell. That's not good. But he's one of the first, if not the first. And pretty much, you can see they both have this purple color to their carts, except one looks a little more reddish than the other. And yeah, these are really cool and unique figures. And they also have their makeup, which is really cool, and the purple noses. Those are always funny. I really hope they're in the Mario Galaxy movie. If not, then we just have to accept that fate. We still got some cool characters. And you can see here in the back, they have that orangish brown hair as well. Their gigantic elf ears and their mustaches are hilarious. Great figures. Up next, we have Princess Daisy, one of the fan favorite princesses. So you can tell, got the little flower right there on the front. Got it right there. We also got earrings that are made of flowers or flowers. We also got the crown. And yeah, really cool. And this really cool orange color reminds me of fall. Of course, it's fall right now also, by the way. Here's the bottom of the cart. Really cool. And Also, let's get a look at the back. You can see the hair. They even did every little, I don't know what you call it, every little strand. That's really funny. Yeah, and if I was playing as these characters, I would think that that's what they look like from the back. That's exactly what they look like from the back of the game when you're playing as them, which is funny. It has little eyebrows and all the little funny details. That's crazy amount of detail. And here's Peach and Daisy side by side. I thought they were repaints at first, but they're actually different molds if you noticed. Moving on to Yoshi. Yoshi was one of my favorite Mario Kart characters of all time. He was actually my first Mario Kart DS main when I started playing that game. It was my first Mario Kart game of all time. Here he is. He has this really vibrant green color to him, and he also has some dinosaur spikes, that orange back there, and you can see his little boots. That's funny. You can see the little steering wheel, the yellow tires, and he has his little funny eyes and his gigantic nose that covers his eyes from certain angles for this one. But yeah, really cool figure, and I wish they would have done variants where they were in their cars, like the Dry Bomber or the Yoshi Egg. That would look hilarious, but I'm glad that we got these. I wish we just would have gotten Rob. We were robbed of that. Now moving on to the last two of the set. Here's Dry Bones. He has his little yellow eyes and his funny little nose right there. Basically a Koopa that got fried up by Bowser, according to the movie. See here, down here, he has this really cool color to him for the cart. You can see his little emblems on there. That's really good detail. Pretty sure they printed that, and you can even see on his skeleton shell right there, his Koopa shell, all the little details, little cracks, and the sculpture and sculpting details. Yeah, really cool. They gave him this nice light blue for the gloves and his shoes, which is present in all of the games. I think this is the first time we've seen Dry Bones appear, which is really cool and neat. Probably the first Dry Bones figure they ever made. And last but not least, we got an interesting character, an interesting choice to release. Shy Guy, which was only available for the download players. I did make a Rob custom, but it got destroyed sadly over time. It was made out of clay. I'll probably redo it soon. We'll see what happens. Yeah, here he is. He has a little Shy Guy emblem and his little mask. They did name him Heiho in the manual, which is strange. I don't know. I guess that's how you call Shy Guy in Japanese or something. He has his little boots, really cool, and his little bandana, or his little what do you call it, the little thing that holds his mask together. Pretty cool. These are really cool figures, and somebody said they spent $400 on it. It's really crazy how much these were back in the day. I mean, I don't want to say they went lower. I think they became more rare, but for a full set, it's kind of crazy how much these are priced. And I managed to get all these throughout all the years by purchasing different sets to complete them all. I have a lot of them, and who knows, I might sell them someday. I also got a great opportunity to look for the best painted ones, because the paint on these does differ from one another. For an example, here's what each of the Waluigis looks like. Now, you might not notice much of a difference, but if you're picky like me, you'll probably notice a difference. Here's what they scale like with the Mario Kart DS game cartridge box, a Nintendo DS, and the milk candy dispensers I originally reviewed on my channel years ago on my first video. It was really funny how this started everything back in the day. Alright, so let's start putting them on display. I'm going to put Mario and Luigi first. Peach and Daisy. And I'm going to do them in this traditional pie shape that I usually would do them in. Next, I'm going to do Yoshi and Toad. Then I'm going to do Bowser and Donkey Kong. Then I'm gonna do Waluigi and Wario. Then I'm gonna do Dry Bones and Shy Guy. There they all are. Really great figures and really fun figures to have in the collection. If you guys like the video shown, likes always appreciated. I'll be doing more videos soon. Stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys in the next one.